Hey guys, Tyler here with Revvin Reviews. So today we're going to be talking about a coupe that's turning into a sedan here in the next few months, and it's called the Mercedes-AMG GT. So the Mercedes-AMG GT has been around for a year now. They've been releasing the AMG GTS, and they're soon to be releasing the AMG GTR in 2018. But the AMG GTS has been a really great car. It's actually the replacement for the the Mercedes SLS AMG, the gull wing door car that was its predecessor. It's a great car. It's probably one of my favorite supercars to this date. I've gotten to sit in it. I'm 6'1". I got some super long legs, and I fit in that car perfectly with plenty of legroom. So that's probably one of my favorite supercars when it comes to that. But the AMG GTS has come out, and they're kind of teasing, Mercedes is kind of teasing with a four-door version of that. As many of you guys know, the Porsche, the brand Porsche, has a version of a four-door performance car. I wouldn't consider it a 911, but it's a extended version. It's called a Porsche Panamera. It's four doors, and it's more of a family sedan that's made to have higher performance. They offer like a V6 in it that's twin turbo and things like that, and it gives you really good package for the price, and it gives you a lot of luxuries for the price as well. But they don't really have any competitors when it comes to that. I mean, you get a couple people that bring in hatchbacks and things like that, but nothing really competes with the Porsche Panamera as to this date. Porsche Panamera isn't necessarily the best looking car. The best looking Porsche Panamera I've ever seen is one of our friends. He drives a Mansory Porsche Panamera, which is beautiful. But the regular Porsche Panamera isn't necessarily the nicest thing to look at. With this AMG GTS coming out, though, or the AMG GT sedan, if you will, coming out, I think that this is going to look stunning, and the AMG GT looks stunning already. So the GTS, just extending the wheelbase a little bit more and adding another two doors, is going to make it look insane. So we don't know very many specs as to this date, but we do know what the AMG GT comes in. So the AMG GTS and the AMG GTR have similar powertrains. The AMG GTR specifically has the biggest powertrain of it packs the most punch of the lineup of the AMG GT, and that offers a twin turbo 4-liter V8 cranking out 456 horsepower and 577 foot-pound of torque, which is insane. And I think that if they were to put that in the sedan, it would be equivalent to like an Audi RS7, in my opinion. But yeah, so they're doing that, and then we've only seen a couple pictures, so we don't know for sure what it's gonna look like or anything like that. There's some exaggerated wheels on it, but if you guys know Mercedes, they like to do exaggerated wheels and then tune them down a little bit once it comes to production models, because it's so impractical to drive around with 22-inch rims and little skinny tires on it. That's impractical. You hit one pothole and it's damaged completely. We've seen a couple things through these pictures, though. I noticed that there's it still follows the coupe's look. It doesn't necessarily make it look like a sedan completely. It just extends the wheelbase a little bit more and extends that coupe out a little bit longer. But it still offers the four doors. Obviously, like I said, we know that it has four doors because it's going to be a sedan. There's a large central exhaust pipe in the rear that's integrated into the rear diffuser. So we know that this is going to be a little bit more of a performance, kind of like a racy sort of sedan, and it's with that rear diffuser and that central exhaust, it's probably going to have some crazy amount of power too, to back up the looks. We also have seen through this, one of the first things that I look at is I like to see how they have the door handles, because you can go with McLaren and they have the little slide up on the MP412C, or you can go with Dodge on the Viper. They have you have to push in through the door. Different things like that. Tesla has them where they come out on the original Model S, and now you can just tap it and it'll open up. But I didn't see any door handles at all when it came to this car. So that makes me question a couple of things. I don't know if it's going to have like an app that goes with it, and you just open your car with your app, maybe open it with the key. That might happen as well. Or it might have Tesla's system where it senses you walking past and it'll open the door straight for you. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to do with that, but basically that's all we know, honestly. I'm looking forward to the Geneva Motor Show, and if you don't know much about the Geneva Motor Show, I would recommend to look up some pictures, because that's where the craziest supercars and hypercars will get released. This year is going to be a mixture of impractical race cars that are street legal, and last year was more practical, I guess a little bit more on the practical side. That was when the Bugatti Chiron was released, the Huayra BC, things like that were a little bit more practical, comfortable, and easier to drive on the road. That was when those were released. But this year they're releasing a lot more crazy cars like the AMRV 001. They're releasing the Mercedes hypercar and all this crazy stuff that's coming out, and I'm super excited to see what's gonna come out, because this is the year of impracticality, basically, the year of LMP1 cars, if you will, the Le Mans prototype looking cars. So I want to see what your guys' opinion is on this sedan. Would you get it? I think that it's going to be one of the sickest looking four-door cars that you're able to have for a family, so I think I would get it, definitely. But I want to know if you guys would get it, and what do you guys think of the way that it looks? And then what is your guys' favorite car that's going to be released here in the next Geneva Motor Show coming up on the 9th of March? So anyways, on that note, guys, I want to leave you guys with that. Have a great day.